Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to change a carburetor on a go-kart. Now I just bought this go-kart for my grandkids, and I'll tell you how I got this go-kart. Bought it from a friend. He said that his kids never did drive it much. Said he's had it for 2 or 3 years. They drove a good bit and then they just got tired of it. He said never do play with it anymore. He said it sit out in the weather and it has gotten water in the fuel system, and said, you know, he just wants to get rid of it. So I bought it for 50 bucks, and so I went and bought me a new carburetor off of eBay. Carburetor was like 26 bucks. And anyway, let's just get right in here. We're going to change the carburetor. I'm going to pull this filter off right here. Set it to the side. Right here's your main gas line that runs down off of the gas tank. You want to be sure you go right up and underneath here and turn the gas off, which I have. Well, you don't have gas draining down. I've already drained the gas out of this tank. Had a lot of water in it and so forth. Pull that line straight off. We're going to pull this. This is the cable that goes to the gas pedal. And I'm going to tell you up front, I cheated a little bit. I've went ahead and put this right here on here because it's very aggravating with this spring. I'll show you how it is. There's a little hanger, I guess you would say. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that little shiny part right there is a little knot on the end of the cable. And you got to bring this spring down, compress it, and get that out of that little small hole. Bring it up and then repeat the process. And it is aggravating. I'm telling you, it's aggravating. But it's the hardest part on this project that we're doing right now. So this is a new needle that comes with my new carburetor. This is all new, springs new. Only thing that's old is the length itself. Is the cable. So like I say, I did cheat a little bit on that, but I knew how aggravating it would be, and we'd probably be here for an hour or so. But you know, that's just being sarcastic. It took me about 10 minutes to put it on. This is my first time to do this, so I don't want to tear anything up, especially on camera. Alright, so we've got the gas line done, carburetor done, and the gas cable done. Alright, this is a 10mm wrench. I checked it before we started. Just loosen this bolt right here, and there'll be one on the other side. I guess I could have got a ratchet and socket, but this right here was handy. So I just grabbed it. I knew it wasn't going to be no big job. I can tell that the bolt is a little bit rusty because it'll turn for a minute and then it'll freeze up just like that. It means it's had a little bit of rust on it. And I can tell right there, I hope you can see that, you can see it's got a little bit of rust on it. Like I say, he told me straight up, need the carburetor, you know, work on the fuel system. Well, it's been sitting in the rain. So I knew all this, you know, before I bought it. I'm cheap, so I like a bargain, and I felt like I got a bargain because you can see them on Facebook, just the frame alone for $75 to $100. And I just almost bought just a frame for $100 a good while back, but I didn't, because you can buy a brand new motor for $100 at Harbor Freight. Alright, you can see the old carb. Alright, let's see. And here's the new one. All nice and prettied up. Now, they did give us some new gaskets and a block, a new block, and it's got a little rubber seal on that side. So we're just going to do it up. We're going to bolt it right back in place. Y'all don't get me wrong, I'm not a mechanic, but I do enjoy piddling with stuff, especially when I can save a buck. Now, I did have this motor crunk with the old carburetor. But all it would do was crank and go dead, crank and go dead, crank and go dead. So I said, well shoot, I'm going to buy that carburetor and not worry about wearing out the starter. This is a pretty neat little go-kart here. It is China made, but this thing has got 4-wheel disc brakes. And it's got all your lights, it's got roll bars, it's got like shocks on the front, and it's got electric start. It's got forward and reverse. It's got a transmission, and when you put it in reverse, it's also got a beeper. You know how like your big trucks, industrial type trucks, they'll go beep, beep, beep when you're backing up? Well, that's the way this thing does. Alright, that's bolted on. Alright, next thing. I highly suggest changing this little jewel. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the fuel filter. They did include a new fuel filter with a new carburetor. I wish they'd have given me some new line. I'd have replaced it, but they didn't. But I may have to pick up some tomorrow because I really don't like the way that looks. Alright, we're just going to push it right back down on there. And these little clamps, you can clamp it together with your hand and just push it together. and put it up on your filter and your carburetor both. Alright, now we're going to put the cable back in. And let me show you this. It's got a little slot right down through there. Alright. Best way I can tell you is that little knob right there that you can see. It's got to line up pretty much with that. Now don't be rough with this, because that's your needle, and if you warp your needle, then you're going to need a new carburetor, because you'll just run it. See how it just fell in place? I worked with it just a little bit. Tighten it up pretty good with your hand. You ain't got to have no wrench. This hose right here is just I don't know, I guess if it flooded out or whatever, it's just an overflow. And pretty much that's it. I mean, you've got your overflow, you got your gas cable, you got your regular gas hose going to the carburetor, you got your 2 bolts, your spacer plate with your gaskets or rubber seal, and your breather. Now on this particular model, they're about the same breather, but I noticed that this one has got like a pipe coming off, and it goes down here to the transfer case, or to the transmission I should say. And so I guess what I'm going to have to do is, this one does not have a hole in it for this, is I'm going to take this right here loose, and take that nut loose, and I'm probably going to have to end up using this plate with this breather. And I'm not going to do it on the video, but that pipe fits right on there, and then it'll just stick up there just like that. So anyway, that's how you change a carburetor on a go-kart. Now I don't know exactly the name of the go-kart. I did know it, but I can't remember it right offhand. But anyway, hopefully that'll help just a little bit. If you are a new viewer, please subscribe, like, throw out some comments. And we hope to put out some more new videos pretty soon. Hope you learned something from it. And y'all have a great day.